What is up guys, JayFerGaming here and welcome back to my F1 2014 career mode, and we're here in Season 2, Race 5, Catalonia in Spain. If you're new to the series then welcome, hope you enjoyed this video, and yeah, hope I keep you entertained and hopefully have you on board. So please subscribe if you're enjoying this, and if you're a seasoned veteran of these videos then please leave a like as well. So Q3, currently in 6th place. I've really got some great pace around here. Spain is one of my better tracks, and I think it's a wheel track as well, which also helps. So we're not far off the lead. We've got decent pace. Where are we? We have qualified 4th. That's slightly disappointing. We lost a couple of tenths in that final sector, which is probably in the chicane, but we're in the pound seats. I'd say top 4, that's pretty decent, just behind our teammate and obviously the Mercedes on the front row. So this is building up to be a very exciting race. So now, race day, 4th position, looking at the 2 Mercedes ahead and my teammate, probably trying to fight Alonso off, who's known for his fast starts. And away we go. We've actually got a decent getaway. I'm trying to cover off Alonso. I know he's quick off the line, but it looks like he's got a run on me. Hulkenberg's on the attack as well. He had another great qualifying session, but Rosberg looks like he's pretty slow going into the first corner, all really tight. I think Alonso's been pushed out. Rosberg side by side here. This can be very dangerous into this pretty fast turn 3, but on the first lap it's definitely not fast at all. Side by side with Rosberg. We should get him here up the inside. Yes, we do. Ricciardo's broken very early. I was lucky that I wasn't any closer because I really could have ran into the back of him, but that's us into 2nd position somehow. I mean, Ricciardo breaking that early is just uncalled for, and at least he's in 3rd, and I suppose he's giving me a position, so I'm not going to complain about that. But Hamilton, let's see if I can stay with him. This is, as I said before, one of my better tracks, so once we get to lap 3, hopefully I'm in the 1 second window and I'll be able to use DRS, but no. Hamilton bolted, he's probably about 3 seconds ahead now. We're on lap 4, trying to keep ahead of Ricciardo, who's also under pressure from Nico Rosberg. But there, after the chicane, I went a bit wide there. That chicane is so tricky and frustrating. The curbs are pretty high, so they give you quite a bit of oversteer as you exit from them, but Ricciardo's got DRS. Using the slipstream, he's going up the inside and it looks like he's got me. But no, he breaks a little bit early. Unexpected move up the inside, force him a little bit wide, and we're back into 2nd position. Not sure if he lost a position to Rosberg there, don't think he did. But that's given me a couple of seconds of breathing space. So hopefully I'll be okay until our first pit stop. We're on lap 7 here, and watch out, something happens to Ricciardo. Let's see if you notice. So we're just driving along, you know. And if you look at the leaderboard, 3rd position, Ricciardo has disappeared. Let's see if you saw that one. Look in the left wing mirror, very slowly. Ricciardo just plain drives off the track into the gravel and just suddenly stops instantly. That's gravel working at its finest. And he lost a position to Rosberg and Hulkenberg as well, who's in 4th. But lap 8, I was expected to pit on lap 10. There was absolutely no chance of that. My tyres absolutely shot on lap 8. You'll see into the chicane, had to cut it because there's no way I was going to make that. So I've got to pit early, and I was going to go option prime, go for an attacking strategy. I'm sticking with the options, but that could be a bit risky. If we're doing another 8 lap stint on the options, they've got to last longer. That is the key. So obviously no one else is in the pits because I've pitted so much earlier than the other guys. Are we going to come out and clear track? I think Vern's coming down the start-finish straight. Looks like we should be ahead into the first corner. No mistakes here, even on the cool tyres. And we are into 11th place. Good for us is that we kept the Toro Rosso behind. And now we need to make the most of the undercut here to try and maintain 2nd position. But the other cars are in the pits. Bottas hasn't pitted, so we're getting a DRS. Look at that overtake, so easy. And I think that was Ricciardo coming out the pit. So hopefully that Williams between myself and Ricciardo will hold him up a little bit. That could be very important in this battle for 2nd position. And next lap, it's the turn of Rosberg who's into the pit. Hamilton's long gone. He's probably already won this race. And there's Rosberg. Looks like he might get out ahead of Ricciardo. They could be side by side going into the first corner. And looking at the mini-map, I think Rosberg's got him. Yes, he has. And now looking at the strategy, myself and Ricciardo on the options, the two Mercedes on the primes. So that makes sense why me and Ricciardo are probably the two fastest cars on track at the moment. But once again, 8 laps on options was just the limit. I'm struggling at this point. Rosberg was seriously closing in. I'm not actually sure what happened to Ricciardo. He must have gone off the track again. So I had to pit now, and I decided there is no way I'm doing 17 laps on the primes. So I'm going to have to 3-stop. I think even 2 stints on the primes wouldn't have been enough. We would have been too slow. So 3 stints on the options is what we're going to go for. So we're getting the undercut here. We're obviously sacrificing track position. As you can see, we're coming out in 8th. There's a car close. It's Magnussen in the McLaren. Raikkonen and I think that's Massa ahead, slotting into 8th position just ahead of Magnussen. Don't think he's going to attack us here. No, we've defended that well, and that's very key for this battle. We need to put in some fast laps, get the undercut, and just set us up for a great position for the final stint of the race. I finally caught up to Raikkonen and got DRS, but unluckily for me, he had DRS on Massa. But yeah, that really took me quite a few laps. I didn't expect it to take 4 laps to catch up to Raikkonen. His pace was actually pretty good. I thought it was being really smooth around the track, putting in some decent lap times. But moving on here, there's a back marker involved. Bianchi, I think there's another one ahead, but Raikkonen's going round the outside of Massa, going on the attack. Massa's slow on the inside. We're going to try and go around the outside here. Kind of forces us off the track. But Massa's very slow there, flying up the inside. That's a great move to take 7th position. And now we will hopefully catch up to Raikkonen onto the start finish straight using DRS, but I think he might get DRS in that back marker ahead. But no, I've kind of messed it up there, so I'll get DRS, but I'll get nowhere near Raikkonen. So I had to wait till the last lap. And that guy who I called a back marker, I thought was a back marker, but it's not. It's Hülkenberg, who's struggling so badly once again on his tyres. He slowed down Raikkonen, and up the inside we slipped past. Loving the overtakes in the final sector. Hülkenberg helped us out there, but he's really struggling on them prime tyres. He seems to be really quick in the first stint, but when it comes to after the first pit stop, he's just absolutely nowhere on pace. So if we keep it clean here through the chicane, good exit onto the start finish straight. That's pretty decent. DRS, rich mix. We will hopefully take Hülkenberg and be able to fly off into the distance. The Raikkonen's got DRS as well. Wonder if he'll get past Hülkenberg as well. This could be really close. There's a back marker in the way as well. Kobayashi, think he's going to hold up Hülkenberg. And looking in the wing mirrors, I think he has. So that's giving me some breathing space. And now to fly off. Put in a good lap or 2 before our final pit stop. And I thought 7 laps on these options, that's enough, because we know what the 8th lap is like. We've experienced it twice already, and there's just no pace there. But we're up to 3rd. So, the final prime stint, 10 laps. This should be enough. It's going to be interesting to see where we come out compared to the other guys. Looking at the mini-map, 5th? Really? I am very surprised by that. This kind of guarantees at least 5th place. I was sure Hülkenberg was going to get the undercut on us, especially on the option tyres. Who's that behind me? We need to, yeah, I'm going to have to look at the timing because I don't know what's going on. Hey, how's Hülkenberg in 8th? No way. So Massa is the biggest challenger. Is that a back marker behind me? I don't know what's going on right now. I'm slightly confused at this point. But look, if you look at the gaps, 9 seconds behind Ricciardo, 5 seconds ahead of Massa. I was pretty much running my own race. There wasn't too much going on. And we have skipped to the final lap because I was on my own. Built up a big gap to Massa, who was holding up the cars behind. Closed into Ricciardo. The gap, I got it down to about 5-6 seconds. But nothing else happened in that final stint. We're coming home to take a solid 10 points. It's a 5th position. Considering our tyre wear at this track, it's definitely one of our better tracks, but the tyre wear is just horrendous at the moment. And yeah, I had to go for a 3-stop, otherwise I think if I stuck with a 2 I could have been down in like 8th, 9th position. But the result there, Hamilton took an easy victory. You could tell from the start he was going to win this race. Rosberg in 2nd for Mercedes 1-2. Alonso pipped Ricciardo to 3rd. And I finished just 6 seconds behind my teammate Felipe, who was a bit of a buffer causing a bit of a trend behind him. Magnussen and Bottas rounding out the top 10. So in terms of the team points, we did pretty well there, 4th and 5th, but I've got a feeling second half of the season is where I'm going to go for my title push. I'm definitely aiming for that this season. Might be a few points off the lead at the moment. Let's have a look. 27, yes, it's over a race win. So if I keep it down to about 50 points at like race 9, race 10, I think I've got a shout, especially with double points at the end of the season. So Ricciardo lost a bit of a few points on the Mercedes. It's a big battle at the front. Season 1 champion Rosberg only 4 points behind Hamilton, and Alonso's closing in behind, so I can definitely see a 5-car battle for the, or 5-driver battle for the Drivers' Championship in Season 2. So Constructors, yeah, as expected, Mercedes have extended the lead to 38 points. We are 52 points ahead of Ferrari. I can't really see them challenging us, but that battle for 4th's looking good. Force India, McLaren and Williams. So hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like if you have already. Next race is Monaco. Definitely gunning for the win there, especially after the win and pole last season. So hope you enjoyed that. Look forward to it, and I'll catch you then.